Each week at Whirlwind Family Farm, I like to have a video that is just simple. I grab my iPhone, I'm not mic'd up, and I just walk out through the garden and pass along a thought, something I've been thinking about that maybe will help you. And today my thought is for those of you that are thinking about gardening for the very first time. Maybe you've already started gardening, but this was a thought that hit me that if I had to start a garden all over again, this is what I would have done. First of all, I'm Jeff with Whirlwind Family Farm. We're here in Central Texas, Texas Hill Country. We're on about an acre. This is about an acre of a market garden. Our land around us is much larger, but this acre is about all that my wife and I can manage because an acre of a garden is a lot of work. If I turn the camera around, you can see we have the high tunnels and our beds out here are 50 foot long. So it's a lot to work with each week. And it's a joy in our life. It's a lot of work, but it's a joy in our life and something that we felt we were led to do several years ago, and it's something we've been doing. But back to you and your garden setting. If you're thinking about gardening, especially for the very first time, and this may be a small backyard garden, and you have in your mind exactly how I'm going to set it up and how I'm going to do it, that's great. And maybe it's a little corner part of your backyard, and you're thinking I'm going to do 40 by 30 feet, or I'm going to do 30 by 30, 40 by 40, whatever that size is, you have it in your mind. Here's the advice I would give you is go ahead, get it marked off, get it set up. I always suggest going to a no-till system. It's going to take some work up front to clear the grass, clear everything. Maybe get a rotiller one time. It's the only time you're ever going to need it. Rent it, break up that soil so it's nice and loose. Come in with your compost, and you're ready to go. Out here at Whirlwind Family Farm, we literally cleared this acre with hose. We took our hose out here and dug and took out every piece of grass and weed to prepare this. It was a lot of work. But, okay, so you get your garden marked off, you're ready to go, and here's my piece of advice I would say. Scale it down, scale it back. Whatever size you have in your mind as you go in to set up your garden for the spring, or maybe it's even going to be this fall. If you're thinking of 30 by 20, maybe you want to make it 20 by 15. And you can go ahead and set up the original size, get it cleared, get it ready, but you don't have to plant the whole thing. And here's why. The very first season is, I will give the analogy of like somebody who's learning to drive for the very first time. You don't want to go on the most difficult roads. You don't want to hook a trailer on the back of your car, your pickup, and start learning how to back up a trailer the first day you start to drive. You want to start to learn what to do, how to drive. I'll give you the example. My grandfather taught me a lot of my driving. We lived out in the country, and while my parents had full-time jobs, he was a rancher. So he taught me how to drive the tractor, how to drive the pickup. And his advice was do everything exaggeratingly slow the first time you do it. If we had a cattle trailer and he taught me how to back that cattle trailer up to the loading chute, he's like, do it extremely slow so nothing's coming at you fast. Same idea with these gardens. Whatever size you have in your mind, scale it down, make it smaller. If you're thinking about planting 30 cucumber plants, plant 15. If you're thinking about a 30-foot row of bush beans, green beans, cut it in half. Because that first season, there's a learning curve and there's a lot of things that come at you fast when you're trying to grow a garden, especially when you get busy, you have a full-time career, you have children. So you're going to need to kind of work into that simple and easy. I'll tell you, life gets busy. If you have a full-time career and children, there's a lot of different things you have to do during the day besides your garden. So if you come home and that garden's a little bit overwhelming, you're probably going to neglect it, and it's never going to be quite what you wanted it to be. So that's my advice. And maybe even keep it small for the duration. Maybe you're going, you know what, this is enough. This is all I can handle. Maybe later on when I have fewer responsibilities, I could expand this garden, but make it smaller. When you start that time, once your garden gets going, and say once a week you go out to clear the little weeds, whether you even do it by hand or Again, you can do it by hand. You can get a small wire weeder or a collinear hoe. You're going to thank me because if it's a smaller piece of square out there in your backyard, it's going to be very easy to maintain if it's smaller. And again, there'll be mistakes you'll make that first year. We all do. I learn something new out here every year. You know what? It would be easier if I did it this way. So those lessons you'll learn. And once you get that first year under your belt, you go, you know what? Next year, I want to go ahead and make this thing the full size that I originally designed. I now have kind of the idea of what I want to do, how I want to do it. And you can go ahead and go with that full size. So that's my advice for this week. Scale it down. Make it simple, make it small, and it's going to be much easier to maintain. Again, I'm Jeff with Whirlwind Family Farm. We appreciate that you found our channel. We hope that you'll stick with us, like, subscribe, certainly hit that bell for notification. And we always have another video right over here you can click on that'll take you further down that process and some of our thoughts and ideas on gardening that we hope will be a benefit to you. Thanks again. Blessings over you, your family, and your new garden. Talk to you soon from Whirlwind Family Farm.